Yeah, hi, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you. So, has everyone joined? Or we have to wait?
We can get started, sir, and the rest will join as we
Okay,
continue.
okay, great.
All right.
So, okay. So, hi guys. This is Akam Singh, and today I will provide you this session. Okay. So, Charanjit is not available for today, so she'll back in another session. So hopefully you are doing ICTs, right? So can you please provide me some insight how many chapter you have completed from the ICTs part? Any one of you? How many chapter we have completed from the ICT? Shefali and others. Amina. And one more thing guys, this session will be very interactive. Okay, so please respond so that I can provide you proper guidance. So, what we have covered so far, can you please provide some insight on this?
Hello, good afternoon,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Good afternoon. So,
Uh,
Jamil, what we have covered so far?
sir, we have covered till chapter 17, sir.
Until 17, okay. So,
Yes,
I think you're good in this part. So, today I will provide you some insight for the safeties book. Okay, we'll see. The first of thing, I think you are preparing for the CPC exam, whatever. So in this exam, we have to focus on three areas. Okay, one is ICDs. ICDs basically disease. Okay, what is the disease of the patient? And the second book is CPC, CPT. Okay, CPT is a treatment. Okay, whatever patients having any eye disease. So what are the treatment? Today we'll discuss. And the third book is HIPICS. HIPICS, in the HIPICS book, the so many codes are related to the supply code like rod, plaster, and others. Okay, so if I talk about this CPT book, in CPT book we have 11 chapter. Okay, we have 11 chapter in CPT book. The first chapter will be integumental. Let me share my screen. I hope you can see my screen, correct?
yes, sir.
Great. So this is a CPT book. Okay, in this book we have 11 chapter. Is the contents. The first chapter is anesthesia. Okay, the first chapter is anesthesia. The second chapter is integumentary. Third chapter is musculo. Fourth chapter is digestive. Fifth chapter is urinary. Sixth chapter is nervous system. Seventh chapter is radiology. This is the seventh chapter. This is the eighth chapter, and the ninth chapter is medicine. 10th chapter is ENM. Okay, ENM is a different, and the 11th chapter is anesthesia. So we have total 11 chapter here. From every chapter you will get 7 question. Okay, so from the CPD book you will get 75 to 77 question. So if we have a good command in the CPD book, so we will clear the exam. Okay, but before starting any chapter, there's some basic guidelines like what are the modifier and what are the lines and block. Today we will discuss about the modifier. What are the modifiers? Okay, So hope you can see this appendix A. Okay, appendix A is page number 931 on this PDF. So today we'll go through what is modifier and how many modifiers are there and how many modifiers are required. Okay, there are so many modifiers, there are around 100 modifier, but we have to focus on the some modifiers. Okay, so let me go on this page number 931. This is the appendix A. In appendix A, all the modifiers are there. Like 22 modifier, 23. We will read step by step. First of all, what is the role of modifier and what is modifier? Modifier is a two-digit number. It may be alphanumeric. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, but the digit should be two. The first thing, and the purpose to use modifier have to make the modification in the CPT's description. For example, patients having any surgeries, right? So let me write it here for you. So guys, whenever you have any question, any doubt, please ask then and there. Okay. So for example, patient is in hospital for needs surgeries. Okay, yeah. Okay, what do you understand with this line? In this line, we can just think patient is in the hospital and the patient is requesting for the knee replacement surgery. Knee replacement surgery is the arthroplasty surgery. Okay, patient having some complication on the knee and patient not able to walk. Okay, so the patient come to the hospital and took surgeon advice, and surgeon is saying that you need two surgeries to fix this issue, and patient is agreeing. So is it, and for example, there's a CPT code for this 47447. This is the CPT code. This is the CPT code for these surgeries. Okay. So can you justify with this CPT code this surgery hasn't performed on the right side or left side? It is clear. We have two knee, right? We have two legs. So can we identify that the surgery has been performed on the right side or left side? Can we judge? Is it mentioned somewhere? The surgery will be performed on the left side or right side? No, right? If right knee replacement, right? So it is clear now. The surgery will be performed on the right knee. For this, we have some modifier which is RT. This is the modifier, two-digit number. It may be alphanumeric both. One alpha, one numeric, it may be. Okay, but this is the modifier. This modifier, modify the description of the safety score. Okay, so now are you getting these things? What is the role of modifier? Modify role to modify the description of the safety code or payment. Is it clear? Any question on this area, guys? Or it is clear to everyone?
Sir,
Hmm.
yeah, sir, I didn't get where, like, how will know it is right side or left side if it is not mentioned?
So whenever you will start working in the coding field now, so in the body of the report, the surgeon will mention this surgery has it performed the right side and left side. Okay, if mention here it is performed the right side, but you are not adding any modifier. Your code, your CPT code does not, describe this surgery has it performed the right side or left side. So for this we have one modifier to to show this surgery has it performed on the right side. So while I will mention in the body of the report, this surgery will perform the right side, left side, upper side, or lower side. But if you are not adding any specific modifier, so your claim will be denied. So we have to add the modifier which indicate this surgery has will be performed on the right side. It may be left side. It will be, it can be left side, but it depends on the documentation of the providers. Okay, any confusion now? And we will read and discuss all the modifier. Okay, with the example. Don't worry about it. Now it is clear what is modifier and how many digits are there and what is the role of modifiers. And anyone has any doubt, any question? This session will be interactive so that I can judge that you are getting the point or not. Basically, it is it clear to everyone? Male and others.
Yes,
Okay, in CPT book now, as I mentioned, there are around 11 chapter. Okay, 11 chapter will be there. In every chapter, if you are thinking to clear the exam, in every chapter you will get 7 question. Okay, so 70 to 80% question will be from the CPD book. So you have to have good command in the CPD book. Okay, and the modify the second thing, and there are so many things we will discuss slowly and gradually. Okay, so let me go to the first modifier. See, this is the 2 digit. And one more thing, guys, we will not read as per this description. We will read with the example. Okay, we will discuss with the example. So for example, I have some list of the modifier which is very important for you, and you will use this all the modifiers in your future. Okay, like 22. Today we are going to discuss these modifiers. Okay, so the first modifier we'll discuss, which is 22 modifier. 22 modifier is a 2 digit code, and why we use this modifier? This modifier used to increase the value of the safety code. I'm sorry. How it will increase the value? See, what happened? I hope whenever you encounter, whenever you discuss anything with this surgeon or any doctor, so whenever you ask anything, for example, uh, patients having stomach pain and suffering of this issue, provide a surgeon, okay, and then provider. Okay, what happened in this case? In this case, patients having abdominal pain and within the hospital for pain. So providers start checking the patient, found that the patient is having colon cancer. Okay, colon cancer patients having. So for to remove this cancer, the some major surgery has been planned. Okay, surgery has been planned. Now, what will be the next? Okay, then the provider or surgeon, there's a fixed amount. Okay, there's a fixed amount of the surgeries. For example, okay, surgery, okay, collect me. Okay, okay. So see, whenever patients having any surgeries or okay, so in that case, what is the first requirement? The patient asks from the provider or surgeon how much it will be the cost. How much I have to pay for these surgeries. It is simple question. Whenever you are going any doctor, you are going to any doctors and discuss, and the provider suggests any treatment to you. So what is the first question? How much it will cost? Is it correct? Whenever you are discussing any minor things, major things, so what you discuss with the provider or doctors? The amount of the treatment? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is come from patients having the cancer and provider plan to surgeries. So the this is the requirement. This all the requirements. Okay, they will discuss. So in this case, the surgery amount is $1,000 and the surgery type is colectomy. Colectomy is a remove colon. Okay, in this provider just remove the colon, cancer colon. Okay, to fix this issue, and the surgery will take around 1 hour. Okay, we ask this question now. If what happened here? See, in the simple language, we'll discuss why we use 22 modifier. See, what is written there? When the work required to provide a service, okay, this is basically they're asking rather than typically required. It may be identified by adding 22 modifier. Useful procedure. Okay, documentation must support the substantial additional work and the reason for the additional work. In study, this documentation should be should be mentioned on the report. Intensities, time, technical difficulty of the process, or severity of the patient condition. Now, okay, this is very hard language to understand, but this is very simple language with the example. Now, what happens? See, the Spain started at 11 p.m. and it lasted p.m. due to patients. Okay, what is the commitment? What they discuss during during the during making the plan of the surgeries? How much time this surgery will take? Just tell me. 1 hour. And how much time surgery took? How much time it took?
4 hours.
Around 3 hours. 11 to 2, 12, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2. It took around 3 hours. But what was the commitment? How much time it will take? 1 hour. So here surgeon spent 2 hours extra due to patients having morbid obesity, patients very fatty. And what is the time? We are talking about time. See, increase intensities, time, technical difficulty of the process or severity of the patient condition. So which criteria, or which criteria is meeting in this from this list? What is the main problem here? It is increased intensity, time, technical difficulty of the process, or severity of the patient condition.
Severity of patient's condition.
Severity of the patient, right? So here, this is the amount. This is the amount which was discussed during making the plan of the surgery. But now, extra. See, so surgery took 2 hours extra. Patients having obesity. So this is a provider problem or patient problem? This is a patient problem. Okay, usually for the normal patient, this type of surgery take 1 hour only. But patients having morbid obesity, so provider took 2 hours extra. So in this case, provider spent 2 hours extra, so provider will get the credit for this one. So now in this case, we will use 22 modifier to get extra payments. For example, 27447 is CPT code. Okay, this is for the normal or normal patient and time. Here, what happened? We have to use 22 modifier due to surgery took 2 hours extra. Did you understand why you use 22 modifiers? Can you tell me why you use 22 modifier in the second line? Here, anyone? Because like if you do not understand this thing, you may face a problem in coming chapters. Because in every chapter you have to use this modifiers 22, 24, 25. You will use entire modifier whatever we are going to discuss today. If your concept is clear, that is okay. If not, you will stuck. So that is why I'm asking, are you clear on this points why we use or we added 22 modifier in the second line?
Yes, sir.
So here we use 22 modifier because surgery took 2 hours extra and provider need to get the credit and then the provider will get the money. Okay, so that's why we use 22 modifier. 22 modifier basically increase the 25% of the safety amount. So in this, as per the documentation, ideally provider is supposed to get $1,000, but hopefully now provider will get around 1,200 around to 1250 or 1260 around. It depend on the surgery time because we added 22 modifier and provider get $250 extra due to this extra time. Clear? Acha guys, I just need one example from your side. I just want to check who understood and who didn't understand. Who will give me example? Can I take your name, guys, or you will come forward and give me one example? Because guys, if we are not clear on the 22, so how we will discuss 24 modifier and 25 modifiers? because we do not have to discuss all the modifiers. We have to understand all the modifiers. It is easy to discuss, but it is very difficult to understand. So why we use 22 modifier? Can anyone give me one example, guys, so that I can answer? Yes, you got it. Team.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I can give an example. Like, if a patient is coming for the knee replacement, for example, and the procedure time for the surgery was normally 1.5 hour, but
Hmm.
in the actual scenario, in the during procedure, they discover increases to 4 hours. Then went to modifier.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So whenever providers spending much time on a particular service due to this reason, I think. Okay, guys. One more thing. Whenever you are using this modifier, so there's some example in increase intensity, time, or technical difficulty of processor and severity of the patient condition. So this documentation should be there. If there is no documentation, like provided spend only 2 hours extra, but it is not mentioned where he spent or she spent 2 hours, what was the reason to spend. So in that case, we cannot use 22 modifier. We need to query to the providers. You mentioned, and you have to write, you have to queries to the provider. Hey doctors, we can see you spend 2 hours extra, or 3 hours, or 4 hours extra on this surgery, but it is not indicate where you spend the time. It is due to increased intensities, time, technical difficulty of procedure, or patient severity of the patient condition. So where you spend, what was the reason to spend much time? If this the reason is not mentioned, then you cannot use 22 modifier. You have to query to the providers. Got it? It is clear now. Whatever example you gave, that was the correct, but I just modify it. There's some documentation like this. In that case, we can use it. If there's no this doc, okay, and any document, it is not mandatory. All the documents should be there. If any documentation, time, technical, or severity of the patient condition, that is enough to add 22 modifiers. Okay, if time provided took much time on the survey, but this documentation is not, and the provider spent much time, but it is not indicated where he spent and what was the reason. In that case, we have to send to the query to the provider. Clear? Got it? I hope this is basically increased procedural service. So you can understand with this header. Increased procedural service means we have to increase the amount of the surgeries. But this documentation should be there, then we can increase it. Clear? I hope the example is very clear. Kamil and others. It is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the next modifiers we'll discuss. This is the survey modifier basically, guys. Let me. This is the survey modifier. This is the again. This is the inner modifier list, and this is the survey modifier list. Let me remove from here. Okay, so we have discussed 22 modifier here. Now we'll discuss 50 modifiers. Okay, we'll discuss 50 modifiers. The 50 modifier, see, we will discuss this okay, we will discuss this modifier 24, 25, 26. We will discuss this modifier, but firstly we will discuss the 30 modifier. Okay, these are the era modifier. So the next modifier is 50 modifier. So 50 modifier is used for bilateral procedure के लिए. Okay, and that is the bilateral procedure. So bilateral, what do you understand by bilateral? Bilateral, when the surgery has been performed on the both sides. Okay, like we have two hand, we have two shoulder, we have two leg, we have two eyes, we have two ears. Okay, if this surgery has been performed on the both sides, in that case we have to use 50 modifiers. How we can use it? With the example we will. Okay, let me this one. So which is having. Okay, so this is the safety code 2001. This is the safety code for the elbow fracture. So, and the documentation for this safety is okay. So here, what happened? Patient had an accident and present in the hospital for the both elbow fracture. Okay, patient had a fracture on the both elbow. Then orthopedic checked the patient and planned for the major surgery on the both fracture. So this is the treatment line. Okay, this surgery will be performed, and this is the CPT code. So this CPT code, okay, just tell you one thing. This CPT code indicating the surgery will be performed on the right side or left side of the on the bilateral side, both sides. This CPT code is indicating or not?
No, sir.
No. But whenever we add any modifier, 50 modifier, now it is indicating this surgery has been performed on the both side, and provider will get the credit for both sides. If you do not use 50 modifier, provider will get only one side treatment, not the both side. Okay, for example, the price of this CPD is 1000, but you have not added any specific modifier. Provider has performed on the treatment on the both side, but you you are not adding any specific modifier, petrol modifier. Then the provider will get only 1000 rupees, right? But if you are using 50 modifier, this amount will be double. Are you getting it? Why we use 50 modifier and the why amount was doubled? If this surgery performed on the left side only, for example, left side, in that case, we will add LT modifier and now provider will get only $1000. If surgery has been performed on the right side, we have to use RT modifier and now amount will be 1000 rupees. Okay, provider perform the surgery left side, we have to use LT modifiers, and the amount of the surge is 1000. If surgery has been performed on the right side, the amount of the surge is 1000, provider will get 1000 rupees. But whenever provider is doing the surgery on the both side, you must have to add 50 modifiers so that the amount will be double. If you do not use this modifier, the amount will be only 1000 rupees. And now you are billing, underpaid to the clients. Provider will not get 2000 rupees. Did you understand why we are using 50 modifier? Does anyone have any doubt? Any question, guys? Anyone, guys? Or we are good to go for the another one. Guys, we are good. We are good with modified 50, or we have to go for another example. Are you getting this point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you understand 50 modifiers and 22 modifiers?
Understood, sir.
Okay. Great. Great. Now we'll go for the another one, which is 51 modifiers. Okay. 51 modifier and 59 modifier. We will discuss both modifiers together. Both are same. Okay. So 51 modifier use. See, this is a bilateral procedure, so we use 50 modifier. Unless otherwise specified in the listing, bilateral procedure that are performed at the same session should be identified by adding the 50 modifier. Okay, that is very hard language to understand, but this is very easy language to understand. Okay, and that's why I'm just giving you example in every modifier. The 51 modifier used for the multiple procedure. So you can understand with this name multiple procedure means more than one surgery has been performed on the same time. Okay, multiple procedure means more than one surgeries has been performed on the same time, same OR. Okay, operation room. And the 59 is distance procedure service. What is the differences? Let me open one image for you. Okay, for example, this is a colon. Okay, this is a colon, large intestine. This is a part of large intestine. Okay, this is the appendix, cecum, ascending colon transfer, descending sigmoid. So the 51 modifier or 59 modifier used when the more than one treatment has been performed on the same time. It means you are billing more than one CPT code. Okay, one CPT code means uh, okay. Uh, Okay. Now what happened? The provider is having abdominal pain and present the hospital for pain related. Okay. Provider then plant the surgery and surgery type is colectomy. Colectomy means to cut the colon and remove it out. See. Okay. To cut the colon, the surgical removal of the part of all the colon. Colon, what is a colon? This is a colon. Okay, provider can excise all the part from here. That is the colectomy. Okay, ectomy means remove something. Colon means area. So what is happening? Patient present in the hospital for these surgeries, and the location of the surgery is colon. And in colon, it is ascending colon. For example, is ascending colon. Okay, this is ascending colon. Okay, now patient present for this treatment. Patient having cancer on this area, and the provider made the plan to remove this area. So one surgery will be performed, that is colectomy. So what happens when the provider, see guys, just listen carefully here. When the provider make the incision on this area, for example, provider just cut the area like this, okay, cutting like this, and remove this part. While removing this part, patient patient having another lesion on this area as well. Okay, the surgery was planned to remove this area, but while doing this area, provider just surgeon just found that the patient's having cecum cancer as well. Then the provider removed this area as well along with this one. In that case, how many surgery will be performed there? One or two? Just tell me guys. How many surgery will be performed there?
Two, sir.
Two surgeries. So now provider will get the credit for two surgeries. One surgery which is already planned for the ascending colon, and the second one is cecum. Okay, so in that case we have to use two CPT code. We have to use two CPT code. One is for ascending one, the another one is cecum. But if this both surgery performed with the same incision, okay, which was made by the provider at the starting of this treatment. Okay, if provider make the incision here and remove this area on the same cut, provider remove this area, in that case we will use two CPTs together with the different modifier. Okay, the first modifier was the first CPT, this is for the ascending one. Okay, the second one is 140. Sorry. So now we will code two CPTs. The first CPT is this and first CPT is this. Okay, but in this case we have to add 51 modifier here for multiple treatment. Okay, if you do not add 51 modifier, your claim will be denied. The claim will be denied. Why? Because whenever you are billing on the same area, this is the same area. See guys, this is all the same area, right? So particular one organ. Okay, so if you are billing on the same area here and there, you have to use two CPDs. But there's one software which is Codify or other software. Whenever you check, so there must be some bundling issue. Bundling issue means overlapping. Some documentation will be coming from this side as well. Okay, to avoid the denial, you have to use 51 modifier with the low price CPT. Low price CPT, for example, if this CPT is having $500 and this CPT is having $300, then you have to use 51 modifier with this CPTs. If you do not use 51 modifier, provider will get the credit only for these CPTs, not for these CPTs. Because this was initially planned, so insurance will pay for this treatment. Okay, so if you want to build both CPT together, you have to use 51 modifiers. or anyone has any doubt in this?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, suppose a patient has planned with hysterectomy, and
Hmm.
during the procedure, they also find the fallopian tubes are also like damaged, and then they decide to remove both the tubes as well. Then will we use the 50 code or the 51?
51 modifier, 51 modifier. It's depend on the cut as well. If provider make the cut on the one area and for from the one cut, provider remove or treatment, perform the both surgeries. In that case, we can use 51 modifier only on the particular area.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this is the first example. The another one is patient present for the ascending colon removal. But while doing the surgery, provider just found that the patient's having a rupture appendix. Rupture appendix means it's about to rupture or infection. Okay, then the provider just decided to remove this area. So what provider does? Provider just remove this area and close the wound from here, the suture in this area, and provider again make the incision on this area and remove it. In that case, two CPT will be performed, but the location is, the provider made the another cut for this area. In this case, we will use 59 modifiers. Okay, if both surgery performed with the same reason or with the same incision, in that case we can use 51 modifier. If both surgery have a separate structures or the perform with the another cut, so in that case we will use 59 modifiers. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Does anyone has any doubt apart from her, or we are good? Good. Can we go for the next one? Okay, now we will discuss 52 modifier and 53 modifier. Both are quite similar, but we'll discuss with the example. Okay, so here 52 modifier. 52 modifier is for you to reduce service, and 53 modifier is the discontinue procedure. Firstly, 52 modifier, when we use 52 modifier, for example, patient is having, give me a second, let me open one more pic for you. That is the esophagus, okay, food pipe. See, so patient is eating something, for example, okay, patient is eating something, and while eating, so you know something has been stuck in the esophagus on this area, or something has been stuck here. So patient is not able to eat anything or drink anything due to that issue. Okay, due to stuck or foreign body material. Okay, then patient go to the provider and discuss this thing that provider, I was just eating something and now I am not able to eat anything or drink anything just because of having chest pain. I have no idea what happened. Then the provider, whenever provider check with the ultrasound or CT, whatever guidance provider will take, whenever provider will check this and found that the patient is having a foreign body. Foreign body means foreign body is a thing which is not the part of the body. It's it is the outside material and but enter in the body. Okay, so provider just check the body. There's a foreign body which is stuck in the esophagus and now it is in the stomach area. So provider will advise one thing. Provider will say that the minor surgery will be performed. Okay, the surgery name will be EGD. Does anyone hear about EGD? What is EGD? Esophageal gastroduodenoscopy something. This treatment. There's one scope. Okay, provider insert this scope from the mouth area and push it till stomach. Okay, there's one treatment, EGD. No idea you notice or not, but this is a EGD. Okay, see, provider just insert the catheter into the mouth, esophagus, and the stomach, right? And provider just mentioned that I will charge $100 for this to remove this area, whatever enter in the body, and I will insert one catheter and remove through the in catheter. Okay, so what happened? Provider insert the catheter here. Once provider reach the catheter reach on this area, so provider was not able to insert in this area as well due to narrowing area. Okay, this area was narrow due to swelling, and the catheter was not able to enter into the stomach. But as provider mentioned that I will enter the catheter into the stomach and I will remove the foreign material. But due to narrowing area swelling, due to narrowing area just because of swelling, the catheter was not able to pass into the stomach, and then provider just decided to remove the catheter and terminate the procedure. Okay, so I have a question here from you. Will provider get the entire money for the procedure? Has provider performed the entire surgery? What was planned before? So what was the conversation of the provider between the provider and patient? Guys, what was the discussion? The provider will insert the catheter into the stomach, and it will pass till the stomach, and the provider will remove the foul material, okay, with the help of catheter. But provider insert the catheter, and the catheter was reached surrounding around this area, but due to swelling, the catheter was not insert into the stomach area. Then the provider remove the catheter and terminate this procedure. Will provider get entire money?
No,
What's
sir,
the plan? Yes.
because procedure
Hmm. But this is
he
the very
has
simple.
not performed the procedure, like entire procedure, he has not performed,
Okay. So
and he has
procedure.
taken out that.
Right. The procedure was not completed, right? It was incompleted because as per the previous discussion, provider need to remove the stone or the fall material from the stomach, right? But due to narrowing this area, provider just and insert the catheter, and catheter reached this area, but the catheter was not able to pass into the stomach due to narrow area. Okay, so provider remove the catheter and close this treatment. So in this case, this is the incomplete procedure. Okay, then the provider will not get the entire money. Okay, so for another example, whenever you go to the service center, bike service center, or car service center, right? So what they do, they just filter, they just check the bike, and they screw tight or something, right? And they change the oil as well. And at the end of the service, they wash your car or bike, right? If they do not wash your vehicle, will you pay for the entire money for the entire service? Will you pay? Your vehicle was not washed. Will you pay entire money,
No,
or you will give them less money, and you will reduce some amount?
will reduce some amount.
You will reduce now. Yes.
Yes,
So definitely, this is the process. Okay, the service, if the service not completed, so everyone reduce the amount. So in this case, provider will get the less amount. Okay, less amount means for EGD amounts is EGD treatment amount is $150 for example. Okay, $150. But due due to narrow repeat. Okay, consider CPT. This is the project CPTs. This is the amount which were discussed. But due to narrow area, project was not completed. Now this CPT will be built with modify, and now provider will get around $100. Did you understand why we use 50 to modify now? Or having any doubt in this? Can anyone give me one example for 52 modifiers? Any example, guys? If the example is not related to the medical, that is okay. But need the example where we can use 52 modifiers. Guys, I need the example. Otherwise, will not go for the another one. I will complete the class, guys, and I will teach all the modifier. But if you are not understanding the first modifier, second modifier, so there's no sense to read all the modifier. Are you getting my points? We have to complete it, but with the knowledge. We will complete every modifier today, but if we are not clear on the concept, so this no sense to read or discuss all the modifiers. We'll discuss five modifiers, but you should know how to use five modifiers. The concept should be clear. That is enough. So we discussed 22
Sir,
modifiers.
sir,
Hmm.
suppose patient having bilateral tonsillectomy,
Hmm.
bilateral, but
Hmm.
physician, surgeon performs on the one part, unilateral part. So, but patient having both bilateral tonsillectomy.
Okay. So you want to add 52 modifier, right? Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If surgery has a plan to perform on the bilateral side and the provider perform on the right side, definitely you can use 52 modifier. But if surgery is planned only for the right side or left side, okay, and the surgery perform on the right or left side, in that case you cannot add 52 modifiers. 52 modifier used for reduce the surface. Okay, which, for example, if any surgery has a plan, will provided just mentioned, I will complete the surgeries within 1 hour. Okay, and the surgery has been completed, but the some area was missed to complete. So in that case, we can use Fourier modifiers. Did you understand this area? Any other example? Guys, please give me one example, guys. Then we can go for the next one now. Acha, by the way, you understand what is the concept for 2052 modifiers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I think you have a CBD book. So whenever you get time, now you can start. You can also start reading this modifier. Okay. With the example if whatever we discussed. And the next modifier that is 53 modifier. Okay. What is the differences between 52 and 53? 52 modifier used for the reduced service and 53 modifier used for the terminate service or postpone service or discontinue procedure. Okay. Now, for example, this major surgery has been scheduled and it will perform on 5. Okay. The surgery started and while doing the surgery, patient BP was up. Okay, the patient BP was around 170 and 180, and the surgery has been stopped then and there. Okay, so is this a complete surgery? Is this a complete surgery? If any surgery is performing, okay, surgery is performing, and while doing the surgeries, patient diabetes level or BP level is getting up, okay, on the same time, and the provider just decided to terminate the procedure or okay or postpone the procedure. So can we say this is a complete surgery?
No, sir.
No, we cannot say the surgery has been performed. Okay, so that is a discontinued procedure. It means it was started, but due to some issue or some patient health. Okay, so the surgery has been stopped then and there. See, this motive is not used to report the elective cancellation of the procedure on the prior and there. So basically, we can use 53 modifier if surgery has been postponed or cancelled on the same day, but the surgery will be performed on the next or after 1 or 2 days. One, this BP and diabetes will be in control. Provider will get the entire amount, but not on the first day. Provider will get the amount when the surgery will be performed with the successful. Are you getting this point? In 52, provider get the deduction in the amount, and in the 53 modifier, provider will not get any amount for the postponed or termination surgery date. Provider will get the amount when the surgery was completed. After 1 day, after on the same day evening, next day, okay, after 2 days, 3 days, when the surgery will be scheduled and surgery is complete, then provider will get the entire amount. Got it? For the 53 modifier. Guys, any doubt, any confusion here? Guys, 53 is clear. What is the differences between 52 and 53, guys?
Sir, in modifier 52, we started the procedure as per standard, but during that we discovered that there is a unavoidable circumstance that will not be reduced or cannot be avoided under after some time. But in 53, as the patient has increased the blood pressure, we can subdue that and then continue the procedure afterward.
Right. In 52, provider will get the money, but provider will get the less money in the 52. And in the 53 modifier, provider will not get any money on the first day, okay, when the surgery was terminated or postponed. But provider will make sure will get the entire money when the surgery was completed. Okay, for example, initially the surgery was planned to perform on first date. Okay, the January 1st, but due to some circumstances like patient BP, up, and the diabetes level has been up. So on the first January, the surgery had been cancelled. But the surgery was scheduled for the 3rd January, and it was successfully completed. In this case, provider will get entire money on the third date, not the 1st January. But provider definitely will get the entire amount. Got it? 22 and 23 now. I hope it is much clear now. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will discuss 58 modifier, or you can even see here. This is a stage-related statement. Okay, stage or related posture surveyed by the same patient or other qualified healthcare professional during the post-operative period. Now, see guys, what happened when I think you have noticed that the sometimes what happened, the surgery is not completed in the single visit. Sometimes provider schedule the surgery multiple times. For example, patients having cancer lesion on the face. Okay, let me note it down. Okay, so now how many lesion patients having? 20. Okay, how many lesion patient having? 20 lesion. Okay, the provider had decided to perform this surgery in the three stages. In the first stage, provider will remove 7 lesion. In the second stage, provider will remove a 7 lesion. In a third stage, provider will remove 6 lesion. So entire lesion are 20. Okay, So this some global period. Okay, now I just want to add one thing here. this this one thing. Let me note it down. This surgery global period. Okay, this is a surgery global period. What is surgery global period? What do you understand? So, did you notice ever then if any patient is having major surgeries and for example patient had an accident and the major surgery has been performed to fix this fracture, okay, then provider just advise the patient to rest minimum 90 days for 3 months. Did you notice this thing? Whenever patients having major surgeries related to the fracture, abdomen surgeries, brain surgeries, spinal surgeries, for the major surgery, provider minimum will guide you to stay minimum 3 months. Did you notice this thing? Plaster if patient having any dislocation or plaster,
Yes,
provider
sir.
perform the plaster. So provider just advise you to to rest minimum 3 months, 90 days. So there's a global period of the surgeries. There are three global period. Okay, one is 0 days, another one is 10 days, and the third one is 90 days. Okay, 0 days means when patient have a small surgery. Small surgery means like suture हो गया. Okay, like patients having laceration हो गया, laceration and provider just suturing on the uh, suture or close the wound. Okay, that is the day surgeries. Zero means 0 days means day surgeries, which can be performed in the clinic as well in the doctor shop as well. Okay, like take suture or something. The second surgery is 10 days, and the third global period is 90 days. 90 days global period is used for the major surgery. Major surgery means like brain surgeries, spinal surgeries, cardio surgeries, abdomen surgeries, okay, leg surgeries, fracture surgeries, okay, hysterectomy surgeries. So if patient is having 90 days global surgeries, so okay, so provider will just guide you or guide the patient to stay in the 90 days in the on at the home, okay, for the major surgery. So the same thing happen here. There's one surgery which is patients having 20 face lesion and provided remove all the lesion into the three stages, right? So in three stages, the first stage will be performed on the 7th, the second stage will be performed on the 10th, and the third stage will be performed on the 20th. Okay, and the global period of surgeries is 90 days. Okay, there's a code. This is the CPT code. This is the CPT code. CPT code and global period of this surgery is 90 days. Okay, so the seven lesion has been removed on the first date, seven lesion has been removed on the 10th date and 10th, and the sixth lesion has been removed on the 20th. So, can anyone tell me when this global period will start? It will start from the here. It will start from the here, and it will start from the 20th. This 90 days. When this 90 days will start on the first stage, on the second, and the third one. What do you think about it?
Uh, third third stage.
Third stage. Okay. Any reason behind it?
Uh,
The reason
because
behind
all the lesions will be removed on 20th Jan.
correct.
So
Correct. The surgery has been complete on 28th, not first, not 10th. So provider always advise you to take 90 days 90 days rest. Okay. once the surgery hasn't completed. If surgery completed on 28th, then your 90 days will start from 21st Jan. Are you getting this point? Or do you have any question in this?
Sir,
Yes.
can we take another example like this?
Even you can give me one example for this one. If you make any error, then I will make you correct. Acha, see, guys, 90 days global will be start from the last day. Once when study work is completed, 90 days will start from that day. Okay, here what happened? Patients having 20 lesion and three stages has been three stage will be performed to remove this 20 lesion. The first stage they remove seven. On the third, on the 10th, the seven lesion will perform on the 10th January. On the 20th January, six lesion will be performed. Correct. So this 90 days will start once this 20 lesion will complete it or remove. Okay, this 20 lesion has been removed from 20th Jan. Okay, now patient has to take rest from 21st Jan to Jan, Feb, March, April. Did you understand this? Or still having any question? Does anyone have any question? Anyone has any question, guys? Or we are good?
No, sir, no questions.
Okay. Okay. The next modifier will discuss 77, 78. Both are same. Okay. Sorry, 78 or 79. Okay. First, we can discuss this one. Then we can go for 62. A 78 modifier, what it say? It says unplanned return to the operating room. Unplanned return to the operating room procedure by the same patient or other qualified healthcare professional following initial procedure for a related procedure during the post-operative period. What is the post-operative period? 90 days. This is the global period of post-operative period. Both are same. Okay. So this is the unplanned return. Unplanned return means, see guys, if you understand this scenario now, you will understand many things. Just focus here. Okay. Okay. So what happened in this case? Provider just made the plan to provide this surgeries with the patient. Okay, and on the first January. Okay, and this surgery has been performed with this successful, and the patients this surgery has 90 days global period. Okay, and the code of this CPT is code 27447, and the amount is $1,000. Patient 90 days global. Okay, so now what happened in this case? Patients having knee surgeries on 1st January. Okay, and it was completed on the 1st January. The amount of the CPT is $1,000, and the CPT code is this, and the global period of 90 days. So why I'm telling you global period 90 days and every time? Guys, glow period. See, if patient having this surgeries now, whenever patient present in the hospital to discuss about the surgeries wound, okay, the checkup, a routine checkup. So the visit or consultation will be free. Yeah, Ratna, the visit and consultation will be free. Okay, if there's no complication, patient will not pay any money during this 90 days global period. But if patient present after 90 days for consultation, for a wound check or dressing, patient need to pay the amount to the provider for that visit. Got it? What I said. The major surgery has been performed on the 1st January, and the amount of the CPD is $1,000, and the global period of the surgery is 90 days. If patient present within the 90 days global period after the surgery, patient will not pay any money if there's no complication. If there's no complication, patient will not pay any money. But if there's a complication and provider need to do any workup for the complication, then provider will charge extra money. What I said, provider will charge extra money if there's complication and provider is provider is doing anything for the complication. So now what happened? Patient surgery has been performed on first, and the global period has been start from the second. So 2nd January. So January, February, March, April. 1st April. This is the global period time. Okay. If patient present in the hospital to check the wound or dressing something and there's no complication, patient will not pay anything. We will have to add 179 and 204. This is the follow up CPT. Okay. The amount of this CPT code is zero. Okay. Patient will not pay anything if there is no complication. Okay. But if patient present the hospital due to drainage means bleeding from the wound or the pus from the wound. So if patient present the hospital to discuss the complication, okay, like swelling, pain, or drainage or pus something. So in that case, provider will decide to perform the surgery again, right? Then the provider will get the amount. Provider will charge that service. So in this case, we have to use 27447 with 78 modifiers. Did you understand why I use 78 modifiers? Any idea about it? Guys, did you understand this modifier or not? Then we can discuss again.
Yes, sir.
What do you understand, guys? I know this is quite difficult to understand. This is the first class. Definitely, it will take some time to go through, but still, we have to give our best, guys. That way, I'm not in the rush. I just want to discuss 5 to 6 modifier, but the concept will be clear. It should be clear, guys. So why we use 78 modifiers? Anyone, guys, if you understand this modifier, so give me one example now. Who understood this modifier, guys? You are not providing insight. The session will be interactive, guys. Okay, I'm just telling this modifier is this modifier basically use. See, we understand from here. The unplanned return. What do you understand with this word? Unplanned return. Unplanned return. What do you understand, guys? To the operating room. Guys, what do you understand by unplanned return? Unplanned return means the patient present in the hospital which was not planned. That is unplanned return. Na? See, what we can understand unplanned return to the operating room by the same patient or other qualified healthcare professional following initial procedure. See, guys, following initial procedure or a related procedure during the post-operative period. We already discussed what is post operative period, and that is global period, the first thing. Okay, initial procedure. What do you understand by initial procedure? Initial procedure is which is performed on the first Jan. This is the initial procedure date, and the global of the period is 90. So it means whenever patient will come in the hospital, patient will not charge or patient will not pay any money to the provider for the discussion and to the dressing change or wound checkup. But if there's one any complication and provider need to perform or do some procedure to fix that issue, in that case we will use 78 modifier with the safety code. If we will not use the 78 modifiers, the claim will be denied because your software will start hitting that the patient is already in the global period of the major surgeries, so you will not the bill any service to the patient during the post-operative period. So you have to add 78 modifier to indicate that the patient present unplanned return in the OR due to complication. Did you understand now, guys? Did you understand? Guys, say yes or no now. I'm asking you guys. Guys, can you please respond so that I can answer how you got this modifiers? Because
Yes, sir.
78 and 70 modifier are quite similar. This is unplanned return and this is unrelated procedure. Unrelated procedure means if patient having any complication in the for this surgery which was performed on the first Jan, so in that case we will use 78 modifier, right? But now patient present for the left side, now patient present the left for the right side. In this case we will use 78 modifier, 79 modifier, sorry, because this is unrelated procedure from the previous surgery which was happened on the 1st January. So this is the unrelated procedure on or service by the same patient or other qualified healthcare professional during the post-operative period. Okay, so this individual may need to indicate that the performance of the procedure or service during the post-operative period was unrelated. See, guys, post-operative period was unrelated to the original procedure. What was the original procedure? This treatment was the original procedure. It was unrelated. So in this case, we have to add 79 modifier. If we go through 78 modifier, this is unplanned return to the operating room procedure room by the same patient or other qualified healthcare professional following the initial procedure for the relative procedure during the post-operative period. It may be necessary to indicate that the another procedure was performed during the post-operative period of the initial procedure, unplanned procedure following initial procedure. When this procedure is related to the first, that the require the use of an operating procedure ROM, it may be reported by the adding 78 modifier. See guys, it is saying the same thing. It is very difficult to understand, but the example which I gave you, it is very easy to understand the concept of 78, 79 modifiers. Did you understand 78, 79 modifier, guys? Can anyone give me one example? Can anyone? Guys, just this is the list which we discussed today. So, okay, this is the list. Okay, so how many you understood? We discussed around 7 to 8 to 10 modifiers today. 9 modifier we discussed today, even though 2 modifiers RTIT as well. So how many modifier you understood, guys, out of 11? And how many modifier you have doubt? Because we can complete all the modifier if, but if you are not getting any modifiers, you are not understanding modifiers, so we can know, we cannot go ahead to discuss other modifiers as well. Firstly, we have to clear the concept.
Understood, sir.
All the modifier we understood, or there's any doubt in any modifier.
No, sir.
And apart from her,
Yeah, understood, sir. Except 78 and
78 modifier. Okay. See guys, 78 modifier, it is used when the main surgeries, one surgery has been performed in the month of January, for example. Okay, if one surgery has been performed in the month of January and now patient is present in in the May month, after one and a half month, for the another surgeries. Okay, but the second surgery is it is performing due to the previous previous surgeries complication, due to previous surgery complication. In that case, we can use 78 modifier. It is just because of the complication issue, unplanned return. Okay, if the second surgery, if it is performing, okay, second surgery is performing, which is unrelated to the previous or initial treatment. In that case, we can use 79 modifiers. Okay, for example, patients having the surgery in the January on the right knee, right, and the patient the surgery global is 90 days. Patient present in the February, and patients having drainage from the same wound. Okay, in this case, if provider perform or do any treatment on the same side, okay, then we will use 78 modifier. But if the first surgery performed on the right side, now patient present for the left leg, so this is totally different. Okay, so in this case we can use 79 modifier instead of 78. Clear, or still having doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can we go ahead, or that is enough for today? Because it seems you are quite confused and this modifiers now. So what we have to do: 22, 50, 51, 52, 50, 53, 58, 59, 78, 79, some LT or RT. We discuss the modifier. Firstly, you have to go through all the modifier from the book with the logic, with the example. Okay, then we will discuss, or we can go ahead. I have no problem. Did you understand this 11 modifier, or you want to go through first and rest remaining modifier will discuss later? It seems you are quite confused because this is the first class, so definitely it will take some time. It will take around 2 to 3 classes to understand the CPT book. Because in the CPT exam, okay, so you will get around 75 questions from the CPT book, and you have to have good command in the CPT. If you have a good command in the CPT, you will clear the exam. There are 11 chapter here. This is the basic whatever we are discussing today, and going forward you will get, you will face tough exam, tough guideline and tough chapter. So you have to pay the attention on this area for now, guys. So can we go for the next modifier, or that is the done for today? Guys, I'm asking you. If you don't respond, so well, I'm confused. Are you getting this modifiers for now, or we can go for the next one, or we can wind up for today as well? Guys, I'm asking you. Can we go for the another modifier, or we are good to wind up this meeting for today? The rest modifier we can discuss another class as well, but you have to do the practice from the book. Guys, team, can you please confirm?
Sir, good evening.
Hmm?
Good evening, sir. I think we can wind up for today. I don't think they want to take more information. Yes or no, guys, at least reply.
Then
Yes,
I
sir.
mean,
Next class will continue.
okay, guys, see, if you want to make your future now, you have to be proactive for now. I'm telling you frankly, guys. If you are paying attention on this area, then you will, make your career in the coding line, in the medical field. I'm just telling you. Okay, so just walk slowly, just go slowly, but the background, whatever we are discussing, that concept should be clear, right? And you have to more interactive during the class, guys. Otherwise, I will teach you and Chen will teach you. Okay, we will complete the course. But if you are not getting now, so there's no sense to complete the course. I'm just telling you. If I want, so I can complete the entire modifier. I can complete it, but I am not completing because I just want you learn, right? So what you have to do, you have to go open the book and go to the in the appendix A. There are so many. There all the modifier over there. Then you can start reading. Okay, if you do not understand, then come up with the doubt. Then we will discuss again. We will clear the we will clear the doubt. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Then we can wind up this session and we'll connect later. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.